Good evening, this is Jen, Kilo India 1, Tango Tango Yankee in Sacramento, your net control operator for the River City ARC's Slow Scan TV net. This net serves for training and practice in image transmission modes and meets Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. on the N6NA repeater on 441.30 megahertz. River City ARC's members and all licensed radio amateurs are welcome to participate. Break.
Jen, we lost you. You there?
Sorry that. A double break signifies emergency traffic. The net will stand by for you until the emergency is terminated or the traffic is moved to another frequency. Stations who wish to check in are asked to respond with their full call sign using the recognized ITU phonetic alphabet and their name. I will recognize each station before continuing. Please speak slowly. Thanks so much. Any station who wishes to check into the net, please come now.
Okay, K6VK.
Alpha Echo 6, Juliet Golf.
Mike, Bill, and Roseville.
November 6, Papa Golf, Quebec, Bob in Roseville.
Kilo Lima 7, Hotel Quebec Romeo, Neil in Antelope.
Alpha Echo 6, Juliet Golf. I think I doubled.
I have currently, this is Kilo India 1 Tango Tango Yankee. I have currently K6ZK, I think that's correct, Kelly, AE6JG, James, I think it was November 6, Papa Golf, Quebec, that's Bob. And then I have, let's see, I think it was it Neil? Kilo Lima 7, Hotel Quebec, Papa. Please confirm.
Kilo Lima 7, Hotel Quebec Romeo, Neil in Antelope.
November 6, Whiskey Lima, Mike, Bill, and Roso.
Alpha India 6, Delta Golf, Joel and Florin.
So I have Neil, Bill, Mike, James, and Kelly, and Bob. Is that correct? So let me repeat those just to be sure that I'm on the right page. I've got N6PGQ, Bob. I've got N6WLM, Bill. I've got KL7HQR, Neil. AE6JG, James. AI6DG, Joel. K6ZK, Kelly. Anybody else? Oh, right. So, I'm going to relist this order, so just give me 1 millisecond here. Kilo India 1, Tango Tango Yankee. All right, we're going to start with Kelly tonight. Kilo 6, Zulu Kilo. I think that's correct. Kelly, do you want to start your picture when you're ready?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, we're going to do this a little different from your favorites at PD 120.
So I know you guys are all using MMS TV, so this will be Martin 1. So set your thing to Martin 1, and it's coming at you, okay?
Okay, Kilo India 1, Tango Tango Yankee. This is the River City Arcs SSTV Net. Love that picture. I'm going to start backwards, and I'm going to try to do this evenly. Remember, I'm not going to call everybody for each picture so that we can maximize our time and get everybody's pictures in within an hour. All right, we're going to start with Bob, N6PGQ. Your comments, please.
Well, the quality came through real well. There are quite a few pixel pops, and you could hear them on the radio as you were listening to the signal comes through. Someone is selling ice cream here, and I don't know what the images are. They might be Indian. I don't know. So quality's good, and I'm going to be interested to hear where this is in 6PGQ.
Kilo India 1, Tango Tango Yankee. Thanks so much, Bob, for your comments. Next, we're going to go up to Joel, AI6DG. Joel, your comments on the picture.
So we're looking at the end of a building. It's got a Native American motif artwork on it, Alaskan or Northwest Coastal Indian probably. Big placard for selling ice cream. A forested hill in the distant background with maybe a building under construction because it looks like bare cement girders of something that's under construction. Maybe a tourist area down around the waterfront of a tourist town, or maybe not. So we'll find out, won't we? Back to Net, AI6DG.
Kilo India 1, Tango Tango Yankee. Thanks, Joel, for your comments. And now, Bill, KL7HQR. Bill, your comments.
Good evening. Name is Neil, November Echo India Lima. But just like you was mentioning, beautiful copy here, very colorful. I don't know if it is American Indian. It could even be something from the Pacific. But they have what appears to be, I enlarged it to the whole computer just so it looks like a little bear or a little dog there on the ice cream sign. But good copy. We definitely could hear the pops coming in, so they may be very active today. Very good copy, and curiosity is abound here too. Back to Nick.
Copy that. Sorry that, Neil. Mixed your call signs up. This is Kilo India 1 Tango Tango Yankee. Thanks so much. Let's go to Kilo 6 Zulu Kilo. Kelly, go ahead and tell us what it is. Did we lose Kelly? Kilo 6 Zulu Kilo.
Sorry about that. Let's try that again. I touched the screen. I went to 1200 megahertz. Okay. Was that a request to explain this photo?
Copy that.
Okay. This was a result of a flight my wife and I took to the Yukon in Canada, and this is in Carcross. And so it's an interesting one because you're looking at that Indian motif, which is their paintings of basically their Indian artwork, and you see the ice cream in the foreground, but that's not really what I wanted to point out. What you're looking at in the background is somebody says, that looks like a building under construction. It's actually not. The Carcross was on a large lake during the Yukon to the gold rush, and they used paddle wheel steamers to go up and down, just like we have at the Sacramento riverfront there. And this thing burned to the ground, but they couldn't quite afford the money to rebuild it. So what they did is they built it in sticks. And what you're seeing in the background is a paddle wheel steamer done as a fire. It's basically did it in sticks to show it as what it used to look like if they ever get the money to rebuild it. That you're looking at the Delta Queen basically when it burned, and but anyway, this is all in the Yukon of Canada. I just love this picture, so I just thought you'd figure it out. Okay, K60K, back to net.
Copy that. Thanks so much. Love the picture. Makes me think of times I went up into the Yukon in Alaska. Very pretty. All right. James, AE6JG, would you like to go ahead and, when ready, and send a picture?
AE6JG, yes, and Kelly, I like the First Nations artwork on that. All right, this will be PD 120.
A6JG. This is Kilo India 1, Tango Tango Yankee, and you're listening to the River City Arcs SSTV Net. So let's go up to Bill, N6WLM. Bill, you have comment on this picture.
Yeah, an interesting photo. It looks like a shed, maybe in the woods or out in nature. I think you did mention you went for some hikes, so maybe this is some kind of structure out in the wilderness. I'm going to go on a limb and say maybe it is an outhouse, because I don't know what else would be out in the middle of nowhere. I can't see on the inside. It's pretty dark, at least on my copy, but I do see a wooden structure surrounded by just, the outside, the outdoors, great outdoors. So very interesting photo. There's a large amount of pixel pops that I can even audibly hear during the transmission. I think pause is cranked up today. I don't know what that means. Anyways, interesting photo. I'm interested to see where it was taken. November 6th, Whiskey Lima Mike, back to that.
Thank you very much, Bill. Kelly, Kilo 6, Zulu, Kelly, K, actually, Kilo. Your comments on the picture.
Well, it came through clear. Occasional pixel pops scattered around, but very nice image. I'm looking at this, and I think it's a shed also. It's a little bit bigger to be an outhouse. I'm looking at the horizontal slats. They could be redwood or whatever. I'm seeing the greenery and the ground next to an open door. Steel frame type, a steel handle and a lock that you just don't really see on outhouses. Also, it appears to be a little bit bigger, and I'm guessing if it's an outhouse, it's a 2 or 3 hole or a high. But anyway, my guess is it is a nice looking shed. Somebody that is filmed in the background. My wife's pointing out a couple of things on the background. I'm not sure what she's trying to say, but anyway, it's a great picture. It came through very nice, by the way. So I don't think it's an outhouse. I think it's a shed, and I'll get you in the North Woods somewhere. Okay, back to the net. K6CK.
Thank you for your comments, Kelly. This is Kilo India 1, Tango Tango Yankee. I'm going to pitch my 2 cents worth in on this. Well, I clearly want to say that this is an outhouse, and a very nice outhouse, if it is an outhouse, because it actually has a door. But I'm looking at the shadow on the other side, and it almost looks like there's a window, perhaps a window on the right side, not clear. The other thing I thought this might be would be some kind of a steam room or something like that. So I've got a few pixel pops on my screen, just a few little scattered dots, but that's about it. So this is Kilo India 1, Tango Tango Yankee, AE6JG. James, tell us what it is.
Well, I thought for sure you would all think it's a ham shack in the woods, but it is not. It is an outhouse, a nice one, I guess, for in the middle of the woods. I went on a hike from Shell Beach to the Pomo campground. It was a 6-mile hike, and it was a bit challenging. Anyway, I saw this and I thought this would be a perfect image for slow scan TV. So anyway, this could be a ham shack, but it's not. This is James, AE6JG.
AE6JG, Kilo India 1, Tango Tango Yankee. Lovely picture. Thanks so much. All right, we're going to go down to Kilo Lima 7, Hotel Quebec Romeo. Neil, would you like to go ahead when you're ready and shoot us a picture?
Fair enough. Here we go. PD 120, KO7H2R. Okay, I have no tone. Please go ahead to the next person, and I'll check what's going on here.
Copy that, Neil. Bill, are you ready to go? November 6th, Whiskey Lima Mike. Bill, are you still there? Might have lost Bill. I'm going to drop down to Joel, AI6DG. Joel, are you ready to go? India 1, Tango, Tango, Yankee, AI6DG, nice picture. I just want to acknowledge we have Alf on chat watching in on SlowScan TV. That's Kilo November 6, Papa Romeo Delta. And we've also got Carol, KP4MD, listening in. So I'm going to go straight to James. He hasn't had a chance to review a picture yet. James, what do you think? James, are you there? AE6JG, do you copy? Can anybody copy to make sure that I know that I'm still being heard?
Yeah, you got a good copy here. Full, say 5 and 9. Good copy, K6ZK.
Okay, copy that, Kelly. Thanks so much. We'll go down to Bob, N6PGQ. You want to comment on the picture?
Okay, well, my picture on my computer is a little bit out of focus. Lots of pixel pops. I think we're hearing it on the air. I still think we're in the backside of San Francisco, so quality's pretty good. There's a nice park in the foreground on the left side and a bunch of nice tall buildings. And you can sure tell if you're listening to the transmission where it stops from having the black bar to the picture and then the black bar at the bottom with a call sign on it. So I'm interested to hear where this is, N6PGQ.
Thanks so much, Bob. This is Kilo India 1, Tango Tango Yankee. Bill, N6WLM, November 6, Whiskey Lima Mike. Are you there to comment?
Yeah, roger that. Sorry about that. I stepped away thinking there was going to be a photo being sent. I didn't realize nobody sent anything. I had to get snacks. Anyways, yeah, this interesting photo does look like it might be downtown San Francisco. I don't know exactly where. It looks like there's a park with some interesting designs on the ground there, with some small green sections, and then there's a larger grass area there to the left, some large buildings. And then there looks like to be a sunken freeway on the right-hand side of the picture, with some kind of overpass, maybe a pedestrian crossing above the street. Very interesting. I can't put my finger on where this is at, but I am guessing maybe San Francisco. Anyways, November 6th, Whiskey Lima Mike, back to that.
Thank you, N6WLM, Kilo India 1, Tango Tango Yankee. This is the River City Arcs SlowScan TV Net. Yeah, I want to put my 2 cents in, but first I want to say, hey, not fair having snacks if you can't share with everybody else. James, are you there? AE6JG, do you want to comment?
I'm here, and the quality is a little muted, I would guess. And I think I recognize this, but I'm not sure. It looks like Los Angeles to me, and maybe the train station, maybe the metro, AE6JG. Oh, by the way, I do have several pixel pops throughout, but nothing too heavy.
Copy that. Thanks so much, James. Okay, Bill, N6WLM, you want to tell... Oh, wait a minute, sorry. Joel, AI6DG, you want to tell us what this is?
I'm getting in the mood for the weekend. I'm going down to Beachside, San Francisco, which is a computer security convention that's happening. Actually, RSA, which is an even bigger computer security convention, is happening next week, and this Beachside, San Francisco kind of is a lead-in to it. So that's Moscone Center off on the extreme right. It's not a sunken anything. It's the street level. And the Salesforce building is that little tapered building dead center on the top. And B-Sides is in the Metreon, which is kind of an interesting mixed-use building. I mean, the first floor is commercial with stores, and in the center is kind of a little food court, and the the counter to buy tickets for a theater that is up on the second floor, which also has a Target store in it, and then there's a third floor that has kind of a mezzanine, I think, business center for the building, and the fourth floor is a little convention area or event area with a bunch of some really big rooms and a patio, outdoor patio with this view, which is an amazing view. This does not, it is a little bit out of focus, but this is quite an amazing view, and I'm sure that this just totally sells the spot for like weddings and receptions and things. Dead center in the photo is the San Francisco, what is it, Museum of Modern Art, what is it, Museum of MoMA, SF MoMA, anyway. And great skyline, and it probably doesn't even look like this anymore. This is an old photo, and I think there's some new skyscrapers in there. Back to Net AI6DG.
Copy that. Thanks so much, Joel. That's really interesting. I kept thinking it felt like actually Sacramento, but couldn't get the view right. All right, let's check in with Neil, KL7HQR. Are you ready?
Let me see if I have a tone here, KL7HQR. If I have a tone, let me give it a try, PG120.
Neil, that looks really good. I'm going to go to Kelly, Kilo 6 Zulu Kilo. What's your comments on this picture?
Yeah, perfect copy. The only break in it was during the repeater's ident, which is top of the screen, shows a line of interference there, but that wasn't no pickle flops. It's the best shot I've seen so far. So we're looking at a cabin, probably a original cabin located anywhere. No way I can tell where it is. I see trees in the background. This could be a park that they've decided to restore this and use this as a historical, monument. But it's a classic homesteader's cabin with double mount, what's called that double bond. If you look at the far end of the logs, the way they intercept each other, that was done by ads, and that was hand done. And then the white material between each log is a sealant that I've seen done in Montana all the time. Very well done. The picture is great. I can't tell where this would be other than looking at the background. That could be an oak tree way back there, but it's a bright blue sky, and off in the distance maybe a little parking lot. It's hard to tell. Green grass in the front, and perfect shot. Like I said, it would be a perfect picture shot except for the repeater's IDAT that kind of interfered for a clip. Okay, anyway, back to the net, K6ZK.
Thanks very much for your comments, Kelly. This is Kilo India 1, Tango Tango Yankee. James, what about you? AE6JG, your comments?
AE6JG. Well, it doesn't surprise me that Neil had to one-up me and show a picture of a better outhouse. It's okay, Neil. It came through really well. I look forward to hearing where this is and what it's about. AE6JG.
Thank you, AE6JG. This is Kilo India 1, Tango Tango Yankee. Joel, AE6DG, your comments?
Traditional log cabin, although the roof looks a bit newer. That looks more modern. Definitely California with the oak trees in the background. Parking lot off on the left. Probably, like was mentioned, a history park, a living history place of some kind. Let's go look into the window and see if they have a display, history display. So I want to hear what the history is. What's the significance? Back to net, AI6DG.
Thank you, AI6DG, Joel. So let's go to KL7HQR. Neil, what is this? Kilo India 1, Tango Tango Yankee.
It's KL7HQR. Well, as James said, it's an outhouse right downtown San Francisco. No. We don't go on hikes, but we had a visitor from Brazil, and we took him around. This is in Coloma, the area where the gold rush started. This little house is called the Mormon house, and supposedly is a recreation or restored version of what the Mormon workers that worked in a mill, Sutter's Mill, before the Mr. Marshall found gold. But it is really well built. If you look inside, it has the furnishings inside and through the windows, and I just thought it was a perfect house, and I didn't realize it would fit exactly with what everybody else was sending today. But it's in Coloma on Highway 49 between Auburn and Placerville. That's on it.
Thanks so much, Neil. Great for a little gold rush history there. All right, this is Kilo India 1, Tango Yankee, and we're going to check in with Bill and see if he's got a picture ready. N6WLM, November 6, Whiskey Lima Mike. Do you have a picture ready to go?
I do. This will be PD 120.
Kilo India 1, and this is the River City Arcs SSTV Net. I'm going to start with Neil, KL7HQR, Kilo Lima 7, Hotel Quebec Romano. Your comments, please.
Thank you. KL7HQR. Picture came across well. A few pops like it has been for every picture today. A small desk looks like an operating table. There's a transceiver with a microphone on the right-hand side on a square black desk. Looks like we have a forward and reflected power meter. What could possibly be a power supply and maybe an amplifier on the table. On the right-hand side, looks like there was a chair with a piece of paper. I enlarged the picture to the full screen, but I cannot understand what is the paper that is on the main desk. And then in front, I'm a little puzzled. There is a different setup. It could be another table with the call letters. It's very, very different layout, and there's another piece of paper which could be a signature, could be I don't know what the meaningfulness, what is the meaning of that small brown paper there. But overall, good picture and curious.
Thank you, KL7HQR. This is Kilo India 1 Tango Tango Yankee. I'm going to pop down to Bob, N6PGQ. Your comments on the picture.
Well, good quality picture, quite a few pixel pops. I'm going to kind of look at the bottom. It looks like somebody's got a dipole or some kind of thing with a PL259 sticking out of it. Looks like somebody may be doing a trip away from home, because it looks like they've got their radio, the power supply, and what might be, of course I can't read it, might be a set of prefixes or something like that on the left side paper. You got a forward and reflected meter in front of the power supply, and maybe a spiral bound log on the right chair. So I'm probably way off, but who knows? N6PGQ.
Thanks so much, N6PGQ. This is Kilo India 1 Tango Tango Yankee. So I'm going to put my 2 cents worth in. I wonder if that's a net control log on the left, and that's a UTC and standard time clock sitting there along with the power supply. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's some kind of meter with the radio and a mic and a notebook, and then some kind of fence line with the wire going across. Hopefully that's an antenna. Maybe it's a center fed that's been strapped along the fence line. So that's my 2 cents, Kilo India 1 Tango Tango Yankee. Reveal all, N6WLM.
This is November 6th, Whiskey Lima, Mike, Bill, and Roseville. All very good guesses. I think you all got a bit and piece there correct. I thought for sure everyone was going to say this is my shack, but I guess you guys know I'm probably a bit of a pack rat and messy, so my shack is a mess. This is actually a brand new shack for a newish ham. This is Kyle, KN6YAE. I helped him set up his shack, so we hooked everything up, and we played with the radio a little bit and put an antenna in the air. So the top photo is his shack, essentially. The transceiver is a Yaesu FT991A. And then that goes into a dummy load. That's the back thing. You see a little piece of coax kind of go to the back portion of the table there. So dummy load, so you could do some testing. There's an Astron power supply, which is that big box there. The little tiny thing with gauges is the meter. It's not plugged in. And there's no coax either plugged into that outside antenna. That big chart on the table is a ICOM poster, the back side with the prefixes, because we were decoding FT8 and just showing them, like, here's all the call signs for various countries that we were decoding. I'll let it drop. And then on the right is his logbook. He's just handwriting it. And the bottom is the antenna we hobbled together. So it is a dipole with a PL2 connector there in the center. But I was like, well, do you have like a cutting board, a piece of plastic, anything we could do to, kind of keep the wires in place without pulling it away from the connector? Because solder can only go so far, and that's actually cardboard. So we have a cardboard a form holding the wires. It's suspended in air. Just the two ends are tied up to a tree. So he was excited to get on the air, and he made his first contact. He's calling CQ, and he made a contact with somebody in Nebraska running 2.5 watts. So that was kind of fun. Anyways, it was nice to get a new ham on the air. Anyways, November 6th, Whiskey Lima Mike, back to that.
Thanks so much, Bill. That looked great. I like the ingenuity of the cardboard there. That's super. Right, this Kilo India 1 Tango Tango Yankee, and you're listening to the River City Arcs SSTV Net. All right. Well, next up on our list is N6PGQ, November 6th, Papa Golf, Quebec. Bob, would you like to send a picture now?
I will, and I'm trying to wean myself slowly off of analog. This is going to be PD120 N6PGQ.
Alrighty, thanks Bob. Thanks N6PGQ for that picture. Let's pop up to Joel, AI6DG. We got any comments for Joel?
Hey, old pair of wire strippers. Whatever happened to these? I haven't seen these in ages. Really, it doesn't matter what gauge of wire, you just stick it in there and squeeze, and it automatically selects the right size. I guess it's got a bunch of, as I remember, they had a lot of little thin pieces that would kind of come down and form themselves around the size of the wire, whatever size it was, and grab the insulation and strip it off. But from that box, this looks really old. I don't remember them being, it looks like 50s or 60s. I don't remember them being that old. But why did those go out of favor? Those were great. Back to Net, AI6DG.
Thanks so much, Joel. This is Kilo India 1 Tango Tango Yankee. Bill, N6WLM, your comment.
Yeah, they look like very nice metal wire strippers. So very beefy. Looks like they would last a lifetime. Buy it once and and never have to buy it again. So those are pretty neat. I have some wire strippers myself, but you have to pick the gauge, and most of the time I end up pulling out some of the braids of copper from the stranded wire. So something like this would be kind of interesting to see how well it works for different gauged wires, because I'm always pulling off random wires here and there to try to strip. But yeah, interesting tool. And there's a few pixel pops, but probably the least amount of pixel pops we've seen, I've seen at least tonight. This is November 6th Whiskey Lima Mike, back to net.
Thanks, Bill. Neil, KL7HQR.
Yeah, scale 7HQR. Just interesting. I was using this today. I still have. When I left the Air Force in 1986, I purchased my toolbox, and I couldn't let go of it. And part of it was this little tool. And I was issued when I went to Alaska in 1972. So somebody said it will last a lifetime. It certainly does. Mine works as well today as when it was new. So just wanted to let it comment. Back to that.
Thanks so much, Neil. So let's go back to Bob and his exclamation about his picture. This is Kilo India 1, Tango Tango Yankee, N6PGQ. Go ahead.
Okay, we'll go quickly. Yeah, this is a SpeedX wire stripper, and if you look at the jaws on the left side, you'll notice that the bottom jaw does not have any serrations in it. The top one does, and so you pick the correct slot for the size of your wire, and as you close the tool, the bottom jaw closes first and holds the wire, and the two jaws then separate and strips the wire to the length that you want. And a lot of the SpeedX tools didn't have the button that's in the middle, right between, the fulcrum part between the handles. And what that does is allows you to have the tool stay open when you let go, so that it doesn't pop back and bend the copper wire that's on the inside if you have stranded wire in 6PGQ.
Thanks so much, Bob. This is Kilo India 1, Tango Tango Yankee. I swear I've got something like that in my garage. All right, have I missed anybody before I throw a picture up?
You know what? I have a comment on this SpeedX K6EK.
Go ahead, comment.
Thank you. I actually have this thing in my hangar, and I hate it. It's been responsible for messing up more messed up stripping, but the original SpeedXs had two cams that gripped the wire at the same time and stripped it. You were able to adjust it for different gauges of the wire. Anyway, I actually have one that I'll give to anybody if they want it. Mine isn't a SpeedX, it's actually a copy of it, but anyway, for aviation use, it's been banned forever because it nicks the wire, which will later on break due to vibration. That's my comments. Okay, K6EK, back to the net.
Thanks so much, Kelly. K6 Zulu, well, actually Kilo 6 Zulu Kilo. This is Kilo India 1 Tango Tango Yankee. All right, give me just a sec, and I'm going to throw up my picture, and it will be PD-120. All right, there we go. AE6JG. James, what do you think?
That looks like your ham shack outside on a patio. The picture itself is a little blurry, and I do have some waves that are coming through it, but I have very few pixel pops, and I have nice color. So that's your FTM 300 and a computer and some paper, and you're outside. So it's kind of cool. AE6JG, back to you.
Copy that. Thanks, James. This is Kilo India 1 Tango Tango Yankee, and you're listening to the River City Arcs Slow Scan TV Net. Kelly, K6ZK, Kilo 6 Zulu, Kelly.
Yeah, I agree. I think this is taken out on your porch. It looks like you have, it looks like a radio setup with some cabling on a table, computer screen off to the right. A lot of interference. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's some interference bands. They're not pixel pops, but there's something that your receiver is picking up as an interference. I'm not sure what that is, but anyway, your next door neighbor, it looks like the building next is kind of painted in a nice tan color. It's a blue sky. I see some trees in the background without their leaves, and yep, I'm guessing you got your setup out on the porch, or whatever you've got out there in the backyard next to the porch, and kind of enjoying it. Okay, but nice shot. Anyway, I'm enjoying it. Thank you very much. K6ZK, back to the net.
Thank you, Kelly. Thank you, K6ZK. This is Kilo India 1 Tango Tango Yankee. And I think we'll go to Bill for the final comments. N6WLM. Bill, go ahead.
Yeah, this is November 6th, Whiskey Lima Mike, Bill in Roseville. Yeah, good photo, good operating, being outside. I should do the same myself, enjoy the weather while I can. I guess it's only going to get hotter, but yeah, it's nice out today. Yeah, that looks like an FTM 300DR, and there's probably your laptop or your working the Slow Scan TV Net. I do have a distortion, like everyone was commenting on. I feel like I heard voices to start, and then I started hearing a second transmission of another slow scan image halfway through, like it was picking up audio from your mic from the YouTube stream. So it was almost like two photos are being sent at once. So I have this kind of cool effect where the image has these waves across it. So it's an interesting feature. But other than that, there's not that many pixel pops, so you're coming in pretty strong to the repeater. Yeah, November 6th, Whiskey Lima Mike, back to net.
Thank you. This is Kilo India 1 Tango Tango Yankee. Yeah, I thought that was really kind of strange, too. And I'm like, what is going on here? But, yeah, I see the waves. And it is my back deck. I have a covered patio. It's a 26 by 13 covered patio. I lost a couple trees in my backyard, so I'm really sunny now. But so far, I have not moved my shack inside. I have to figure out the wiring and how to bring it all in, and I haven't made my final setup for my particular antennas, where I've got everything just, hunky-dory. I've got way too many things strung out. And a lot of them are hanging off to the right side that you don't see the mass of cables because I haven't cable-minded them yet. Break. But this is just part of my setup. And on a night where I have slow scan and 10 meter and I'm running POTA contacts, it's like Radio City. And the table it's all sitting on, break. It was a piece of wood that was an urban rescue piece of wood, and I took an old table apart, threw away the composite top because it was all rotted, and then I took the table, cut the ends, and welded them back together in a shorter fashion so I could actually put this slab on top of it. And I just love using it. And actually, the table legs fold up, so it could take this somewhere if I wanted to. So that's my story on my little ham shack in the backyard. Break. So we've gone through, I think, everybody on our list. And is there any other closing comments or concerns before I do my last paragraph for closing up the net?
N6 PGQ.
Go ahead, Bob.
Well, if Kelly wants to get rid of his wire stripper, tell him to bring it to the next River City Arts meeting, and I'll take it off his hands. N6 PGQ.
Copy that. Any other comments?
You know what? I do copy that. You know what? I will give that to you. You can have it. I will donate that to you gladly. Okay. K6ZK, back to that.
That's so funny. Some of the things that you cherish, others are like, oh no, don't want that anymore. Any other comments for the net? Please, come now. Alrighty, well, thanks to all who participated in tonight's Slow Scan TV Net, sponsored by the River City Arcs. We hope to see you again next Wednesday at 9 p.m. The net is officially closing at 10:01. And this is Jen, Kilo India 1, Tango Tango Yankee, wishing all of you a great evening. And Carol, thanks so much for getting us started tonight. I know it's super late in New York, and I hope all is going well there. And thank you to Alf for joining us on the YouTube channel. Y'all have a great evening, and this is Kilo India 1, Tango Tango Yankee 73.